Here we are for another preview of a Clarke auction coming up on December the 14th, which is a Sunday. It's going to start at 12 p.m. It's a great sale, loaded as usual. But before I go on, I want to thank everyone for a wonderful year. We've had one of our best years ever, and thank all my customers. And I'd also like to wish you all a happy holiday and a happy Christmas. And we'll see you in the new year, but also we'll see you on December the 14th before Christmas. Anyway, moving along, as you can see, the place is loaded. I'm just going to stop on this bronze statue here. It's a patinated bronze by an artist called Charles Hinton. Quite rare to find him on the market. Beautiful patina. This artist actually lived in Bronxville for a while, so he's a local dude. Over here, we're in a piece I really like. Nice look, a nice large size. Look, you can see the patina where it's obviously been petted. This is an anteater. Very modernistic bronze. It's signed Suso, S-U-S-O. Don't know who the artist is, but very nice piece. One of quite a lot of sculpture we have in the sale. Moving along, we're going to move into the main room because Bruce, Whitney, Neely and Keane are going to give details on the other stuff. As you can see in the main room, once again, not as loaded as usual, but pretty loaded. Before we move in, I'm going to focus on this because one of the best things I think in the sale, not the most valuable, but I think one of the most interesting and very rare, I would say. It's probably an old advertising sign. It's a wolf. It's cast, cold painted. Look, you can see the holly there, so it's even a good Christmas decoration. Nice early one, probably late 19th century Victorian. Probably, German, or I would say maybe. Beautiful condition. Never seen one before, so I'm assuming nice rare. As we walk along, you'll see the walls are loaded with art. We have magnificent carpets, lots of mid-century, lots of Asian. But before we go on, I just got to focus on a couple of things coming up in the next sale, just to confuse you. Last week, we took a lot of items from an Oyster Bay mansion that was featured in the Godfather 3 film, and we have a lot of the items from that film, including this wonderful Carlton House desk. Looks to be 18th century, fully restored, but definitely a nice period piece. This is going to come up in our January sale. Moving right along, sticking to the 14th, which is our next sale, the 14th of December, we have this absolutely wonderful wrought iron. It was used as an outdoor table and chairs, probably French, but look at it, beautiful. They could do a little cleaning. That's one of our pieces of wrought iron. Here I'm walking past along here, we have this absolutely stunning and beautifully carved rosewood etagere. Look, you have a squirrel up on top holding his nuts. Not too politically correct that, I'm sure. However, down here carved with birds, flowers, beautiful mirrored back, probably by a well-known maker. We haven't decided who. But in the background, you'll notice these marble sculpture. These were featured when in the film, in the arbor, they were along the walls. We have a pair of these, probably 19th century, beautiful marble, nice weathering on them. We have a pair of these mirrors, which are sort of matched. We have an 18th century mirror and a later one. Anyway, too much said about our next sale. We'll continue on with this sale, as you can see, Steve. Lots and lots of stuff for the other appraisers to talk to you about. Coming down here. And just before we leave, I'm just going to give you a quick glimpse of this beautiful patinated modernistic bronze. Coming up also, unfortunately, in January, it's by Leon Bronstein, but look at the size of it. It's going to be a wonderful sale. We also have a Calder gouache called Sun and Moon. Anyway, with that, I'm going to wish you all a happy holiday, happy new year. See you on the 14th. I can wish you a happy holiday again and hand you over to Bruce.
Thanks, Ron. And I'd also like to wish everyone happy holidays. And we'll start our video walkthrough today with one of the items that I'm the most excited about. Comes out of a Harrison estate, fresh to the market, is an antique Chinese hardwood altar coffer, or lian shoe chest, I believe. Here's a 1964 photograph of this exact chest in Dr. Richard Fuller's house. He was a member of the founding family of the Seattle Art Museum, and I believe he was the director of Asian arts at the Seattle Art Museum also. Anyway, originally it was in his house, ended up in Harrison, New York, and here it is at Clarke Auction Gallery. It also comes with a significant appraisal identifying it as 17th, 18th century. We're just going to call it antique. and let the buyers decide on the age of it. But I think it does have the possibility of being quite old. Just a fantastic piece of furniture to find in today's volatile Chinese market. And here, Steve, a Tiffany harp lamp, bronze harp lamp, with its probably original Steuben Orine shade, in good condition, nice blue border. And another unusual piece of Tiffany, Tiffany furnaces, I believe, but a beautiful Favril glass and gilt bronze photo frame. And unmarked, we have other Caldwell in the sale that I'll show you. It's almost surely Caldwell. But either way, it's a beautiful sort of arts and crafts, bronze-mounted table lamp, all original cluster, a nice item. And here, Steve, from the same house as the altar coffer is, I think, definitely Huang Huali. It's a little triple back bench. And it's much older than, I mean, maybe late 19th or early 20th century, but it's been refinished in its life. If you look at the photos on our website underneath, you'll see that it's much older than it might look here. And sitting on a beautiful Persian scatter carpet, probably a Lavar Kerman, a Kerman for sure. Anyway, nice item there. And behind it is a Japanese embroidered screen, embroidered front and back, and also signed down here. You'll be able to see those details on our website also. And if we can just go into the other room, Steve. Okay, Steve, here's a couple more items that I have ready for you. A fairly rare photograph inscribed and signed by Winston Churchill, and another photograph inscribed and signed by Franklin Roosevelt. These both come from an estate in Manhattan where the man was an ex-ambassador. And here from Harrison, a rare item, Civil War epaulets, gilded brass, in their original toll case. Unfortunately, their rank insignias are gone, probably removed by a family member. But they're in their original toll case that's labeled Schuyler, Graham, and Hartley, a New York firm famous for outfitting Civil War soldiers. And here a small sampling of things, a Colt pocket revolver, 2 German or Austrian hunting knives with stag handles, or forestry knives, I guess they're called. And here a little Hungarian dagger with a beautiful, it's stuck now, with a beautiful engraved blade. You can see the details on our website. And here an unusual item I got in Stamford, Connecticut. It's an antique, probably 19th century, early to mid 19th century, scrimshaw whale's tooth. It has very unusual iconography of little girls watering flowers and some chickens. It's quite unusual. And we don't have a lot of Chinese in this sale, but I have a few things here for you. A jade bordered photo frame. I have it upside down with, I think, little food dogs around it. And these are particularly nice. A pair of jade elephants. They have silver enameled. They have Buddhas sitting on top. They're a little loose. And they have silver enameled saddles and the lotus that the Buddha sits on. And here's another nice piece of antique jade, beautifully carved. I hope you can see the color of that, Steve. Unfortunately, there's a significant chip to the lid only. So here you have a beautiful Chinese jade vase, you know, with or without the lid. And here, an antique, probably 19th century, Chinese bronze censer. Apparently has some Ming marks on it. Maybe it is Ming, we'll see. But it's a nice large size. And a couple other items. A nice Lang Yao vase, big size, sort of like sang de boeuf, but it's a gradated finish or color, not really sang de boeuf. It's been drilled for a lamp, but other than that, it's in good condition. And here I don't know what to make of. This is a good early antique Chinese famille noir ginger jar. Clearly some homeowner has painted the rim around here. It's got to be damaged up there. We didn't black light it or anything, but it's got a beautiful color, sort of a black-green color. It's hard to see. Not old at all, maybe 20 or 30 years old and really brand new, unused. There's the boxes, the Tiffany boxes. I think I was the first one to open it since it was a wedding gift a long time ago. Anyway, Tiffany and Company Platinum Band, a good service for 12, I think, with teapots, sugar pot, creamers, and a nice collection of antique tea caddies, sewing boxes, also out of another house in Harrison. We got a lot of stuff in Harrison this month. And from the same house in Harrison, a nice pair of always desirable Heron cash pose. That's just a little stain, all in good condition, big size. And here a Royal Crown Derby, partial service, a nice lot from Stamford of this turquoise glazed Chinese pottery. Also from Stamford is a shelf lot with these food dogs on beautiful little hardwood stands. I like the stands as much as anything. And they come, that lot comes with several little interesting things. A good antique cloisonne and bronze stirrup Chinese, a good antique Chinese lacquered snuff bottle, a Chinese bronze iron, and a little Japanese netsuke, skull form netsuke. We have a lot of nice tray lots of Chinese things that are in the showcase there, and I'm sure if you're interested, you'll look on our website. And to get off of Chinese for 1 minute, 17th century Italian small credenza in really mint condition. It might be missing one little piece of molding here, but unaltered, beautiful original condition and key, and a nice size for any New York apartment or any tight space. And Ron mentioned we have a lot of bronzes, which we do. Here's a nice Grand Tour bronze signed by the Chiarazzi firm and foundry in Naples. All good finish, original condition. And a little unsigned bronze on a marble base of a pensive woman. And here from Harrison, a good Austrian cold painted cat on a shell dish, on a mother of pearl shell dish. Maybe somebody's going to put this on a pedestal rather than on this shell, but it's a good size, 4 inches or so, and good original paint. We have antique furniture, custom furniture. Here's a little Baker, signed Baker, leather top desk, finished all the way around. Another item of note is this really beautiful pair, good size, of wrought iron and gilded toll, sort of tree-formed sconces. They're good 1940s, certainly French manufacture. We see that other websites or other auctions, including in Paris, have attributed them to Gilbert Poilerat. We'll just call them anonymous, but they very well may be Poilerat. And Ron showed you this nice selection of wrought iron furniture from Harrison that I think is also French. And here a good banjo clock, American banjo clock, all intact. I think the little finial, acorn finial is original. You can see the details on our website. And this came out of Harrison also. Almost a generic Edwardian, I would say rosewood, maybe Circassian walnut, but probably rosewood. Little Edwardian writing desk. And here it's stamped on the top of the drawer, pretty unusual, Rumney and Company, Liverpool. So a nice little clean Edwardian desk, leather top, signed by the maker. Beautiful inlays, marquetry inlays. And on the other side of the gallery, here's the Caldwell I mentioned earlier in the video. A nice pair of signed Caldwell, good sized sconces, kind of Moorish design, if you can see all that engraved work. There's been a bit of action on these already, so I'm happy about that. And here, just a good, clean and original pair of mid-19th, early 19th century bronze and sienna marble candelabra with little griffins or lion figures, classical style, all in good condition. They've been converted to lamps, but they can easily be unconverted. And here from Larchmont is a good quality custom furniture secretary with a tambour front, nice fitted interior, all in good original finish and inlay. And with that, Steve, I'm going to wrap it up and I'll turn it over to Nelia. And we hope to see you on December 14th at 12 noon.
Thank you, Bruce. And yes, happy holidays, happy New Year's to our customers old and new. The first piece I'm going to talk about is just here to my right. This is an oil on canvas. This is by Joseph Hansen. Hansen's a British artist. This is a 1954 painting, I believe. Hansen studied under Ferdinand Leger in the 1920s, although this figure called Nude in Shadow may be a better reflection of his contemporary painters such as Henry Moore, as we have this kind of modeled figure in an elongated pose. This is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500 and comes from a local Westchester estate. Also from Westchester Homes are these two paintings here. These come out of a Bedford home. The first piece is by Claude Gaveau. Gaveau, a French artist. This is probably done in the 1970s. And we have a seated nude. While this is a very simple composition, I think it's actually quite striking. I love the lines, especially on her back, and as you go within and see the empty space throughout, done in a kind of white silhouetted mode. And this is estimated at $800 to $1,200. Down below, just from this same estate, is a work by a Czech artist out of Prague, a female artist, Jaroslava Pensakova. And Pensakova was known for these kind of fanciful, almost surrealist images with a lot of layers and textures, which is what I love about this piece. It feels as if it's almost a collage work, but it's not. It is an oil on masonite. This done in 1984, estimated at $600 to $900. Then I'll take you over here. This came out of a Manhattan home. This done in 1950 and is signed Cooper. We think for either Ruth or Rose Cooper, though we can't say for sure. There are not enough examples of her work. We have a very dynamic carousel scene, a lot of colors, a lot of movement, which is what I really like about it. Signed and dated 1950. Fresh out of an estate, so it does need a little bit of work. We have a few tears and a few minor losses, but I think will be fixed up, and when framed will look excellent in a home. And just down below, we have taken it back to the 19th century, most likely. This is the nice classical painting. This also fresh out of an estate in Harrison. And we can see quite a bit of craquelure. There are a few bits of losses here too, but so delicately painted, a really nice composition. You've got the woman playing the harp, everyone in their classical drapery. I think this is a really wonderful piece, estimated at $600 to $900. Then I'll take you over to some more modern works. This here is a lithograph by Pablo Picasso, and done actually near the end of his lifetime. In about 1969, he worked with a lithographer, Marcel Solanas, and created a portfolio called Portraits Imaginaires. This is one of the works from this portfolio. There were 29 total. They were done from original paintings that Picasso did. But the portfolio was done in an edition of 500. This is one of 250 from the American edition. There were another 250 created for the French market as well. This comes from a Manhattan home and is estimated at $1,500 to $2,500. Just down below, we have another pretty recognizable work. This is Nicola Cimbari, an Italian mid-century artist. This came out of Wally Findlay, and here again we have that very heavy impasto that he's known for, with these large bold blocks of color. Nice interior figure. This is estimated at, I believe, $800 to $1,200. Down below, also out of a Manhattan home, comes a work by Eric Hopkins. Hopkins was a Maine artist, and he's known for these aerial scenes of the coast. So he's pretty contemporary. This done, I believe, in the 80s, 1989. We've got a title down below. It's called Islands with Cove and Clouds, pretty self-descriptive, but estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. And next to it, from the same Bedford home as the kind of more modern surreal pieces I showed you, this is by Victor Murray Milton. And Murray Milton is known for his religious scenes where he depicts cardinals and religious figures inside interiors. So this is quite unusual for him. We have a beautiful nude in front of the vanity, but again, a very realistic portrayal. Unfortunately, a little scratch right at the top, but it's in the background, so it can easily be fixed. Nice frame on this piece. This is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. Now I'll take it across to another iconic piece. This is a serigraph by Andy Warhol. This was done for Lincoln Center for the 5th Annual Film Festival in 1967. So we have all the publishing information down below. This is out of a local Harrison home, estimated at $800 to $1,200. Just under a week ago, we took in 2 graphic works by African-American artist Mavis Pusey. The female artist, known for her abstract geometric pieces, created a lot of oils and also a lot of prints in her lifetime. This here is one such lithograph. This is called March through June 1968. It's being offered with an estimate of $800 to $1,000. We also have another etching by the artist, estimated also $800 to $1,000. Really nice graphic piece. Her oils sell for well over $30,000. So we have high hopes for this work. Very happy to have it. And just to my left, I've got a couple oils I want to talk about. The first one is by Stephen Etnier, excuse me. He is an artist out of York, Pennsylvania, but who moved up to Maine, did landscapes in Maine, California, known for his sort of atmospheric pieces. This here, a nice perspective with the house on the left side, driving us back into the atmosphere of the landscape, kind of a solitary scene. This is estimated at $800 to $1,200. Does have a Milch Gallery label on the back of the work. And down below, out of a Manhattan home, we have a Charles Levier. Here, a nice work of the Parisian rooftops, also with a great perspective leading us back into the canvas. This is estimated at $600 to $900. I'd like to quickly point out a Joan Miro lithograph that walked into our gallery last Wednesday. It's right here, nice, decent size, vivid colors, strong impression from a very low edition of 50. It is pencil signed on the lower right, and again, edition on the lower left. This is estimated at $1,000 to $1,500. Another piece out of a Manhattan estate is this Carlo Cannavaro. Cannavari's pieces are also quite recognizable, known for his whimsical images of priests and nuns. This one's called Bon Voyage, as we have the priest heading off into the sky. This is signed and dated on the back of the work. This large estate fresh painting also comes from a Westchester home. It's by Robert Atkinson Fox, who's known for his portraits of animals and landscapes. So here we have the cows in pasture, nice upfront images of the cattle. It is signed down here. And again, fresh out of an estate, so we have a little bit of work that needs to be done, some yellowing to the varnish and a few little tears, but nevertheless a really nice piece, nice large size. This is estimated at $800 to $1,200. Another interesting and unique piece walked into our gallery last week. This bronze by DHS Wheel, called Control of the Harem, is from a low edition of 17. What makes it so unique and rare is Wheel was a zoologist and naturalist, very well published American environmentalist who went on to do bronzes in the 1980s. So this piece is from the 1980s. There's one known sculpture of his in the Rochester Institute of Technology, and it's a life-size Bengal tiger, also very well crafted. So we're very excited to have this unique piece at $500 to $700. A small portion of what's coming up in Sunday's auction, so please look on the website. And here's Keen with the Mid-Century Modern. Thank you.
Thank you, Nelia. We have another great sale to end off the year 2014, and I will start right here with the Mid-Century. At a set of 4, these will look great on your Christmas dinner table. Set of 4 Mira Nakashima Conway chairs, all hand signed on the bottom. One chair is a year later. They're all 2009, 2010, but you know that means they're in perfect condition. Once again, signed with Mira Nakashima's name as well as the client's name for each of these chairs. Beautiful chairs, we've had them before. Very conservative, $5,000 to $7,000 estimate. I think that these should do pretty well, and like I said, perfect condition. No worries about these. This right here is an absolutely fantastic thing by all accounts, regardless of mid-century or not. Just a great piece of design. Vienna, Austrian company called Bakalowitz and Sohn. It is a crystal and aluminum or metal chandelier. This is just stacked on top of each other. Each layer has a bunch of crystals, and what's really unique about this, it has a very star-like Sputnik quality that's different from the others, because when you light it up, as you can see here, the light comes through the end of the crystals rather than on the shaft, and instead of glowing, it just has these little pinpoints of light. In a dark room, this looks absolutely fantastic. If you put this next to your Christmas tree or next to your menorah, this will just be a great thing for the holidays, great thing all year round. I'll continue on here. We have so many great things in the sale. As you see, Nan's still adjusting some things right here. It's a nice Renato Zevi chrome rocking chair, an ottoman, very comfortable. The ottoman is a nice addition to have, a nice complete set, perfect condition. I think this is probably original upholstery. The straps in the back are in great condition. Got this out of a local New York estate. Moving along here, these could be somewhat important. Haven't identified them yet, but they do have a France & Sons upholstery tag on them. I mean, you know that a number of amazing designers have worked for France & Sons, so these could be any one of them. Fignule, they look more Italian though. A nice pair. You don't really find a pair too often of something like this, so this is a good addition to our sale as well as any design scheme for mid-century. Obviously more recognizable pieces, Cedric Hartman travertine top lamp, a little later model but also in great condition. Cedric Hartman is, you know, obviously known for all his quality pieces. Next to that piece, we have another small kind of accessory, small furniture pieces. This is a Paul Macabre brass base or bronze base pair of ottomans or stools. Once again, just like the chairs, you don't see a pair of these too often, so a pair of this is very nice. Nice complement and not a focal point, but a very nice accent piece in design. Tons of great things. Mid-century Rob John Gibbing set of 4 dining chairs, a nice Bruxbo rolling and fold out bar cart. This is also good for the holidays. Has great fitted interior. Beautiful pieces here. A Lewis Powelson set of 4 Paul Henningsen light fixtures. Great set here. Tile inlaid set of possibly Italian, maybe American end tables. Nice 2-tier end tables. Great unusual chests. So literally fresh off a truck. I haven't even had a chance to look for the signature, but this piece, Silas Chandel, or Chandel style, did come out of an estate that had an enormous amount of Chandel items, and the estate, the consignor, was good friends with the actual artist, Silas Chandel, as well as the studio. So this is most likely a Chandel piece, possibly some later legs to make it a bar cart, but this is a great, great piece. Nice copper top, it looks like, and a brushed steel with the cloud form that you usually see with Chandel. Right here is another big, probably 70s from Casina, a Charles McIntosh table. What's great about this table and kind of unique, besides the size and the shape, it has a great handle here that has this nice lift up top that turns into a Lazy Susan, Charles Rene McIntosh. This is a nice piece right here from a local estate in Piermont. I'll move along to the middle here. We have a pair of these Ron or Rod adjustable tables, have a nice twist base. It's very simple, very clean tables. Can really fit well as an occasional table, a side table, since we do have a pair. It could really be a dinette or a breakfast table. Anything you want to do with these tables. Very versatile, very nice design, very simple and clean. And from that same estate, we have this. This is really great. Although this is another chandelier that really screams a holiday. It has a very nice color and a nice movement to it. All these pieces are individual. I mean, it's just a great piece. Probably Italian and probably Zero Quattro. We had another Zero Quattro chandelier in the last sale, and I'll show you the mate to the one we had in the last sale, but this is probably from the same designer. Just a great piece. It looks even better once it's mounted on the ceiling. It really doesn't do it justice to see it straight on. Once you see it from below, it's just an amazing piece of lighting. Lights up perfectly. Looks really nice for the holidays as well as all year round, like I said, for the other one. Just quickly, I'll stop here. This is a waste paper basket, signed P.S. Hagen. You see sets of 6 of these. Sell for $10,000, $7,500. This is $300 to $500. Maybe an old repair in the corner here, but just a great single waste paper basket. Nice Danish design. Another accessory piece. Other pieces that you might recognize, although it's upside down, maybe you could turn your computer screen or stand on your head to really notice this. But this is a great artichoke by Louis Paulson, again, Paul Henningsen. Doesn't have the chrome socket and fixture in the middle, but this is the framework for it. It's an amazing piece, nice vintage with the original label, a little bit of wear, but no missing or bent pieces. Great large size. This is the largest size that they made, and just an amazing piece of lighting here. That actually sits on a beautiful and what I would call probably pretty rare in the market, although the condition is not great. It is a Dunbar Edward Wormley. You see the cushions are obviously need to be replaced, but signed Dunbar on the cushion here. Nice thin arms, leather upholstered Edward Wormley, Sophie for Dunbar. Nice, it has a very Florence Knoll look, but it is Dunbar Edward Wormley. Very nice. From that same estate, we have a pair of Jens Rism club chairs, leather club chairs, don't see it too often. A pair of these, recognizable Eames chair, also not really my department, but a 1965-66, I think American made, which is important, American made Fender Mustang. The only problem with this, which is not necessarily a problem, but a little bit of chipping gives it a nice patina to it. Great piece of musical instrument here. These, you might also recognize a set of 3 of these with a little bit of condition issues that you could read online, but they are signed Hans Wegner, Johannes Hansen to the center of those. Very nice pieces. The last thing I want to show you is this. You're not seeing double. This is actually the mate to the last experimental model that we sold in the last sale by Harry Bertoya. Another separate certificate of authenticity does come with this. Great piece here. Signed Bertoya. Bertoya Studios does authenticate this. It's just a gorgeous piece, and the mate to the last one that we sold. So while it is rare to find one, it's even rarer to find 2, and we have the second one here. So please check out this and the rest of our special mid-century lots. I'm going to shoot you over to Whitney, and we'll see you December 24th. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Keena. I'd like to wish everyone a happy holidays. And to start my Sterling Jewelry segment for our December 14th sale, I'd like to start with this emerald cut diamond ring. It is accompanied by a gemological appraisal lab appraisal on this ring. It is an emerald cut diamond at approximately 1.5 carats. It is J in color and VVS in clarity. A beautiful piece in this auction, estimated conservatively at $2,000 to $3,000. And here we have a Tiffany triple band ring. It is in white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. It is marked on the interior Tiffany & Company. And a very interesting lot in this auction is a Masonic jewelry lot. So these are one is 14 karat, one is 10 karat Eastern Star rings. This is a pendant, and it is from the Royal Order of Jesters. A little Masonic souvenir, spoon, cufflinks, 14 karat gold men's ring. This is a rhinestone woman Shriner's brooch, and this is a small Rainbow Girls brooch for the daughters of Masons. And here from an Aurora, Connecticut estate, this is a 14 karat yellow gold Movado open face pocket watch, 17 jewels. You can see here in its original case. And moving on to the front here, we do have this 14 karat yellow gold and diamond tennis bracelet. A 2 diamond pendant here, really quite beautiful. And this is an interesting grouping of brooches in this lot. This is a 14 karat yellow gold bug brooch. And this I just think is so sweet. It's a little violin, 14 karat yellow gold violin in a case. It does have its bow, which is great detailing. The violin comes out slightly. and a large Southwestern sterling jewelry grouping in this lot. Most of these pieces are signed. It does come from a local Westchester estate. There are 2 squash blossom necklaces here. This has a large bear pendant with a second squash blossom necklace. There's a lot of turquoise and malachite inlaid cuff bracelets. There's fetish necklaces, pendants, a really interesting group. And last for our jewelry that I'll talk about today is this 14 karat white gold sapphire and pearl necklace and earring set. Here are the earrings, and it does come with this double strand blue pearl necklace. And next we have this bird automata box. It is marked on the bottom DG for Diddesheim Goldschmidt Company. Beautiful little bird here. It does move, however, it does not sing currently. And moving on to 2 lots of Barry Kesselstein cord. We have these beautiful belt buckles, both sterling, one with elephants, one with alligators, and these are both marked Barry Kesselstein cord. And from a local Harrison estate, we have these 2 Barry Kesselstein cord purses, one with a beautiful horse pendant, and this with a frog and a little ladybug pendant. And in this auction, we do have a large collection of antique English silver. Here we have a English silver, approximately 1754 Thomas Whipham lighthouse form teapot. And this is a beautiful 18th century English loving cup. I do quite like it. It is accompanied by the original receipt from this Edinburgh 1954. They paid £25 for this loving cup, and it is accompanied with this ladle. And here's a nice cruet set. The bottles are marked as well as the bottom by 2 different English makers. But this stand, it does have beautiful pierced stag decorations. It's footed, really a beautiful set. A Tiffany & Company trumpet vase, really quite nice from a Norwalk, Connecticut estate. And here we have a hand-hammered Italian jug. It is sterling silver, really a great form. I think it's quite nice. And one of my favorite pieces in this auction is this antique English tankard. It is marked on the lid, the handle, and the base of the tankard, and it's by Fuller White, approximately 1750. And last but not least, one of our lots of Judaica in the sale is this 800 silver or continental silver etrog box. It does have repoussé fruit and foliate designed to the lid and a Hebrew inscription around the perimeter of this box. And if you open it, it does have a dried etrog inside, which is kind of interesting. And that wraps it up for the sterling jewelry in this sale, and we hope to see you on December 14th, and have a happy holiday.